Hi, hello there, and welcome back to another video. It is currently 7 AM on the 8th of April and my spouse is asleep, so I apologize if my voice is too low. So to recap, if you haven't seen my previous video, I have joined my first D&D campaign, and on my previous video I have drawn my own character, Tyros, who is a satyr and the druid, and this time I'm drawing the sorcerer of the party, an elf named Nithres that comes from the Underdark. So on my previous video I did say that we had a few role-playing sessions before the big game began, and that those role-playing sessions were more so that the characters could get acquainted with everyone and to the person hiring all of us as mercenaries, right? Right. Some of those sessions were private between the GM and the player of a specific character, but the player that created Nithres didn't mind that his session wasn't private, so I was able to listen in, and I ended up getting a few specs of his backstory and it was really interesting. So from what I know about Nithres is that this book that I've drawn, it's a book from his father. It's like a spell book, but the whole book is written in code. So this is how Nithres got thrown into the party with us, because Nithres is very much of a, let's say, aggressive person, doesn't trust anybody, doesn't want to trust people, doesn't want to have friends, doesn't want to be helped. It's very much of a I want to say lone wolf type of character, which is hard to do in a D&D game because you have to roleplay and all of that. So how Nithres got thrown into the party with everyone else is that the person hiring us, her name is Yue. She is the descendant of a god. From what I remember, she's a descendant of a god, and she's very wise because her family has been collecting knowledge from generation after generation after generation. TLDR, she is an owl lady that is very knowledgeable. Therefore, she offered to translate the book for Nithres, but she said it's going to take an entire year, so it would be best for Nithres to just keep with the party and just wait for that year to pass while traveling with all of us. That is also a way for her to keep an eye on Nithres, because she is like, I need to keep an eye on you. You have been living in the Underdark for way too long, you know nothing of the overworld, so yeah, let's just keep you safe, buddy. Also, I do want to emphasize that almost everyone in this campaign is a newbie. Like me, this is my first D&D campaign. The same with the bard, the same with the sorcerer. I do think it's important for newbies to play together because like that way we fuck up together and we learn together. Oh yeah, talking a little bit about this drawing, I'm going to be completely transparent with y'all. I had to use some of the 3D models provided by Clip Studio and by the community within it because I cannot draw heels for shit, so I had to use some 3D models for that. I also had to use a 3D model of a book because I am good at drawing anatomy. I'm not good at drawing objects, but there is nothing wrong with using references or 3D models just so that you can get your drawing where you want it to be. Oh, before I forget, these are my rendering colors for the shadows and the lightning in this drawing. This is the code of the color for my multiply layers, 24103F, and the color for my add glow layers is FF9858. I also had a mixture of 2 auto actions for filters after the drawing was done, but I don't remember which ones they were now, I'm sorry about that. So before I sat down and started to draw Nithres like this, I had 2 ideas in mind. One was him sitting at a table in a tavern drinking from a tankard with his spider pet at his feet, or this one idea of him sitting on a bed with the book of his dad open trying to decipher it as a red spell glows on his hand. I had the idea to put the spider near him on the bed or on the floor, but I'll be honest, I don't know how to draw spiders and I'm kind of afraid of them, so I was like, I'm gonna leave that for another drawing when I'm feeling a little bit more confident. Oh, and I pronounce his name Nithres, but there has been so many pronunciations of his name. Like, I've heard players and even the GM call him Nithres or Nithres. Even my character had his name mispronounced. Like, I call him Tyros, but other people call him Tyrios. And I'm like, please don't call my boy like that. He's 2 letters away from becoming Cheerios. So in all of my years of using Clip Studio to draw and everything, I still do not know how to make my own digital pen, so I'm always browsing the assets page looking for a pen that will please me, and I have the announcement that I found a pen that pleases me. As I am recording this right now, I forgot the name of the pen and the person that did it, but I'm going to put both of the names on the screen right now so that you can see it and you can go and try it for yourself. So let me see if I can try and explain this next thing that I want to say with words and not with images. So I've always done one layer of shadow over each individual color layer, and then afterwards I did one layer of shadow over everything and one layer of light over everything. But in this drawing I wanted to try something new, so I did one layer of shadow over every layer of color, one layer of light over every layer of color, and I added another layer of light, but it was like reversed. I put the light layer inside of the shadow with very low opacity so that it could give a nice effect. I've seen other people do that with their drawings, and I wanted to try just to see how it would fare with my drawings, and I liked the result. Now let's see if I'm going to remember to do that with my drawings henceforth, because I have very bad memory and I often forget to do things with my drawings that are new, that I haven't done often before. But let me tell you a little bit of how our first session went, especially an event that happened to Nithres. So we started off the session by leaving the tavern, which, by the way, the tavern that we were at is a legendary mimic that walks around the plains of the earth. So that's why whenever we would look outside the windows, there was a new scenery. We were in a new place because the fucking tavern was moving. Fucking thing had legs. And I was the first idiot to figure that out because I acknowledged the mimic and it bit me. Anyways, so we got out of the tavern, right? And the mimic left us right inside of a bear territory. My first instinct when my turn came was to wild shape into another brown bear. I instead could have rolled for animal handling and tried to avoid a fight, but that did not cross my head at all, I'll be honest. Anyways, so I wild shaped into a brown bear, and the bard his name is Jaspy. He cast Speak with Animals, which, according to my spouse, was a very good newbie instinct. Because a lot of newbies in D&D, when it comes to their first fight, their first instinct is to like kill the enemy and all. Yours idiot truly, because any and all other option flew right over my head. But anyways, when it came to Jaspy's turn, he casted Speak with Animals, and they tried to talk it out with the bear. They were like, what's happening? Why are you angry? Like stuff like that. And the bear was like, leave territory, rival must protect. And afterwards the DM was literally like, yeah, if Tyros didn't transform into another brown bear, you guys could have possibly talked it out. So yeah, that was my fault. Jaspy talked to the bear for so long, for like an entire minute, that Jaspy allowed the bear to make an attack. And the GM was like, so the bear is going to attack the person that's nearest to him. I am sorry, Nithres, that's you. And here's the thing, if you don't know about D&D, sorcerers are very squishy. They have no armor. So like, while Tyros, my character, was at like 21 HP, the sorcerer that was at my level was 13. When the bear hit Nithres, he took out 12 HP. Nithres was down even before his turn came. And like the cleric, which is a GMPC that's going to stick with the party for a while, he literally had to rush over and just revive Nithres, because Nithres almost died in the first 20 minutes of the first session. In the group, that has been named the bear incident because it was so sudden and so funny, especially because Nithres' player, he started to be like, I'ma fucking kill you to Jaspy's player. I wish I had more time today to tell you guys about what else happened in the first session, but I don't. We are 9 minutes into the video, so I have to end it here, folks. But stay tuned for next week. Another drawing will be coming on. Another story of the D&D campaign is coming on as well, so if you like me telling those stories, just keep an eye out on the channel. Anyways, y'all, I'm gonna love ya, I'm gonna leave ya, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye now.